Welcome everyone to the passport to the world within New York City here at the 7 train. We're going to explore Queens. Here we're passing right above Flushing. We're going to pass by Flushing Meadow Park. City Field right there in the distance used to be Shea Stadium, and we're going to explore the 7 train, going for a ride all throughout Queens, the most diverse area in the entire world. I'm Ariel, you're watching Urbanist, and let's explore Queens.
This station, next Village Point.
Transfer is available to the Q48 bus to LaGuardia Airport.
So here we see the view from the front, and it is indeed empty today. So welcome everyone. Now, where is the 7 train? The 7 train is also the purple train, and it crosses through Queens. So we're starting here at the second stop, Met's Willets Point, and we're going all the way through Queens, up until right before Manhattan.
Clear of the closing doors, please.
So brace yourselves, everyone, and we might stop and get outside for a few of the stops. So I'm so excited to show you the 7 train. Here we're seeing Citi Field. Used to be Shea Stadium, where the Beatles played all the way back in the 1970s or 1960s for the first time. We're passing by the Long Island Expressway, which you're just seeing there in the distance. Over here we have the US Open tennis court. Right there. You see it right behind the trees, a little bit hard to spot. And then we have the ruins of the World's Fair. Also there in the distance, you see those 2 towers that were featured in the film Men in Black. By the neighborhood of Corona, Queens. Alex, am I a Yankees or Mets fan? I'm from Queens, so I don't follow baseball at all. Don't really care for the sport too much. But since I was raised in Queens, my allegiance goes to the Mets. Usman asks, why do I take a train when I can web sling? Well, Usman, you gotta keep that. Can't let my secret identity out in public.
This is the next about 7
So right there is the train.
The next stop is 103rd Street, Corona Plaza.
So we're at 111th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hello, Joe. Hello, Paul. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, Deflection. Nice to see you here. Hello, MDW. Hello, Geraldine. Hello, Darren. Hello, Tom. Yesterday. Oh, I'm so glad. Christy says, private train, all to myself. Almost. It's very empty. 7 trains pass pretty often, especially if you take them from the very last stop, which is Main Street. Or you can also know as first stop, if you want to think of it that way. And I just waited for the 2nd train to depart, and hence it was much emptier than the first one.
This is 103rd Street, Corona Plaza.
Hello, Eric. Hello, Tova. Hello, Kay. Kay says, I must try one of these long train rides. Yeah, you must. You must indeed. This is 103rd Street, Corona, Queens. This stop, you can take it to go to the Louis Armstrong Museum, which is, I think you'll have a lot of fun.
This is the Manhattan Bound 7 local train. The next
Fila,
stop
hello.
is
Nice to see you
Junction
here.
Boulevard.
Stand clear of
Hello,
the closing
Sandra.
doors,
Hello,
please.
George. Hello, William. We are going Manhattan bound, Long Island City bound, basically. Hello, Fabiola. Today's Boxing Day. Yeah, that is the case for Europe. Boxing Day is not really a thing here in the US, too much at least. Joe says, I love the views. Yeah, Joe, I agree. The views are amazing. So we're passing through the most diverse area in the entire world. There's more than 120 nationalities represented in Queens, and over 800 languages are spoken here. For example, some of the people who come from Mexico, to them, Spanish is their second language. Some of them even learn Spanish here rather than in their native Mexico, because here you can find languages such as Nahuatl and the other Aztec and ancient Mayan languages. So here we're passing Junction Boulevard, which is a junction. And this is now beginning to be the area where I grew up in.
This is a Manhattan Bound 7 local train. The next stop is 90th Street, Elmhurst Avenue.
Alex says 800 languages. Wow, yeah, wow indeed. Wow indeed. Charlie, have you ever been to any of the US Open matches? No, I have not. I haven't had the pleasure to see tennis live anywhere yet. Baseball a few times. I've seen Yankees and the Mets play various times. Deflection, thank you so much for reminding people to press that like button. Here's the view in the front. Anthony, Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope everyone had a beautiful Christmas. Let me know, how was your Christmas yesterday? Or your holidays, your Kwanzaa, or your Hanukkah? Usman, what is my job? Aside from YouTube, I'm a filmmaker. I make videos for companies and for performing artists.
This is a Manhattan-bound 7 local train. The next stop is 82nd Street, Jackson Heights.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hello, Benji. Welcome. Anthony says, you do a great job. Oh, thank you so much, Anthony. Hello, Toyosio. Hello, Henrita. Nice to see you here. So we're passing by 90th Street. Another place that I grew up as a kid, went to school around here. Lots of South Americans live in this area. I basically grew up with, basically everyone was South American or Dominican, or there was like one Haitian and one Filipino. So that was basically my class. And I was the only Puerto Rican in the class as well.
This is 82nd Street, Jackson Heights.
So here's 82nd Street, and this is like the main thoroughfare for the neighborhood of Jackson Heights, Queens. Jackson Heights, Queens is now known as the most diverse neighborhood in the entire world. It used to be Astoria, but I think Queens has taken the reins. And there's on 82nd Street, you'll find a lot of
This
shops.
is a Manhattan-bound 7 local train.
Also, many of the films that take place
74th Street,
in Jackson Heights are shot here.
Clear of the closing doors, please.
Hey, True Nature TV, you love America but don't have a chance to come. Oh, I hope you do have a chance to come. So we're going by very quickly. Next station is 74th Street. So who wants to get off at 74th Street, see a little bit of the hub of the train and also of all the different food options available. Elisa, hello. Today you watched my video that I posted yesterday. Very beautiful. Oh, Elisa, I'm so glad you enjoyed the 360 video posted yesterday. Henrita from Puerto Rico, bienvenidos. Voy a preguntarme cualquier cosa en español. Have you ever done a video about healthcare in New York? Not really. I've only covered the history of one former hospital, the New York City Cancer Hospital in Uptown Manhattan. Hey, Usman says your videos make me happy. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Usman. All right, let's bid adieu to the train. We'll get back on it a little bit later. Well, let's go to 74th Street. This is the train conductor right here. Let's pass by. You don't like being filmed. And I'll show you the train departing. Hey, David, nice to see you here. Welcome. Stuart. Bye, 7 train. We will see you soon again. But for now, let's explore 74th Street.
Between 74th Street and Willis Point because of someone requiring medical assistance at 111th Street.
Will you live in those apartments? Let me know in the comments. So here's 74th Street. But take your time in the train. If you're doing a train exploration, take your time on the train because you can see these views. Here it's a little bit orangish, Urbanist orange because of the tint of the windows. But this is the upstairs view of Jackson Heights. This is the Little India area and the Little Bangladesh area of Jackson Heights. Does the train ever take off too soon when someone's not on it? So welcome everyone, nice to see you here. I'm Ariel. Kind of started very quickly. The train just like went already. And so there's so few people taking the train that just like zip by all the stops. But the trains are safe. Has it ever taken off with someone not fully on it? It's happened a few times, but very, very few times. Usually it's people on the wheelchair that is a bit dangerous. But the train conductors have a routine of checking if all the doors are fully closed. And the trains here, not like a specific schedule. There's a time, which I'm going to show you soon, right over here. There's a time schedule. But there's not really it's not like a railroad where there's a set schedule every single day. The trains are just continually running. Similar to London, similar to the Paris Metro. Here's a little bit more views of up above. Elisa says, we know exactly who you are. Well, at least I say it just because I always get more and more people tuning in, new people tuning in. There's the other train. That one's going Queensbound.
Main Street bound 7 trains are running on the Expressway between 74th Street and Willis Point because of someone requiring medical assistance at 111th Street.
Oh, wow. So trains are getting a little bit delayed. Something happened just as we passed 111th Street. It says that someone required medical assistance. Unfortunately, that is code for, unfortunately, something much grimmer. Now, are these stations accessible? Yes, they are. There are elevators in many stations, but do double check. There's a massive amount of stations in New York, and I would say maybe like 40% of them have elevators. So I'll show you the train station, then we're gonna get off. Next train is in 5 minutes. I thought it would be in 1 to 2 minutes. Something happened at 111th Street, as the train conductor just said. So that's that. And then the second thing is, New York City trains aren't pass as often as, say, London. So this is where we are. Same First Street. We're gonna see a little bit more of the 7. Phyllis, when do we see the skyline? That will come up a little bit later. Not yet. It's around 33rd Street. So 74th Street acts like a hub, a mini hub in Queens because it connects all these other trains, the E, F, M, and R train. The M, which you can continue taking towards Brooklyn. Here. Hey, I just sent a $5 coffee shop donation. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jose, for the $5 super chat. For the $5 PayPal. I appreciate you. Coffee. That might be a good idea. Let's explore a little bit of 74th Street. I've shown them many times, but I'll show you in the context of traveling via train. So we're gonna get back on the train afterwards. So right behind the train station, it's actually something pretty unique. There's like a little bus terminal as well. Where is it? Show it to you. Is it cold? It's very cold today. It's 28 degrees Fahrenheit. I am freezing. I got a lot of layers on. Is a pastor taco guy here. Oh, I'm not sure if you're talking about a specific one. Usually there's always some type of tacos here. So there's like a little bus terminal here on the back. Here people are going onto the Q49, which goes to East Elmhurst. Hey, Elizabeth Terry, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. And sponsoring this video, along with Jose. Oh, are they gonna catch it? Yep. Bus drivers tend to be a little bit nice. If you hail them, they might consider opening up the door right before they depart. 28 degrees Fahrenheit, Catherine. Here you could also take the bus to LaGuardia Airport, which is the Q70. And here there's a few people waiting for it. And let's zoom in. Q70. So now let's continue. Wait, what bus is this again? A lot of different buses. I just showed the Q49. Here's the Q47. And the one to LaGuardia Airport is the Q70. Hello, Julio. Feliz Navidad de la República Dominicana. Bienvenidos. Ojalá lo pasaste bien. Ojalá comiste un buen mangú o mofongo. Hey, agent, just joining the channel. I love Queens. So many good food options. Oh, yeah. I'll show you how close the food options are to the train. Right over here. Hey, Mr. Big Daz. Nice. Welcome. I'll see you here. Trains are passing right overhead. RD, you like my Spanish? Awesome. Hamed, thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, Epic. Nice to see you here. Oh, the light didn't change. That's weird. Oh, look at this. Icicles like crazy here. Hey, Irene, thank you so much for the 300 stars, 324 stars. I appreciate you, Irene. Thank you. We're in Queens. Right now we're in 74th Street, Roosevelt Avenue. There's a few great places here. One is these momos. Momos are like Nepalese dumplings. This is Amdo Momo. Really good momos. Nepalese dumplings. Hello, Denise. This is not Flushing, this is Jackson Heights, Queens. Here's Himalayan food. And this place is full. Wow. Wow. This place is very full. Mandy, where would I recommend to eat here? There's a few great places. I would recommend the Arepa Lady, which is a little bit farther away walking today, but they're really good. Here's another place. Hamro Momos. This place is really full. This place looks good. I never tried it before. Fayul. Haven't tried it yet, but it looks really full. Looks really good. Donald loves arepas. Me too, Donald. I do love arepas as well. You say dumplings nicely. Yeah. Wendy, where are you? I am in Jackson Heights, Queens. Exploring off the 7 train. Well, let's go a little bit further down. Show you a little bit more of the places. I have an entire video of all the food recommendations to Jackson Heights. Look at these outdoor seating setups right here. I am impressed with outdoor seating. Mandy, you would like to see this at night? Well, you can. Just gotta see my food vlog of Jackson Heights food, which I did with What a Shame, Mary Jane. My Holy King, do I go to New Jersey? Not too often. I bet there's some other channel that does a lot. RD, you like Puerto Rican tostones? Oof, we're in the wrong borough for Puerto Rican food. Not too much Puerto Ricans in Queens. I was one of the few. Look at this. Is this the town that has many country food choices? It is, Phil. Yeah, this is the neighborhood. Jackson Heights has a huge variety of food choices. Let's see if my favorite Momo place is open. This is more residential. It is indeed. This is not quite like Manhattan. There's a lot of commerce, but not as big as focused as, say, Manhattan. So this is classically one of the best Indian buffets. I used to come here a lot when I was little. Jackson Diner. Hey, Merry Christmas. Welcome, everyone. Elizabeth says, so cool to see. Never visited Queens. And here's a gigantic Indian supermarket. The Patel brothers. Let's take a look. So this is Patel Brothers. Any restaurants? Any Nepalese restaurants? Yes, there's a lot of Nepalese restaurants here. Carefree. I think that's the Nepalese flag that you're referring to. If it's another country, do let me know. Phil says your old stomping grounds. Yeah, we do use that term here in the US as well. Yeah, this is my old stomping grounds. Hey, Huntington, you have a big Patel Brothers in Nashville. Oh, interesting. Is there a big Indian population in Nashville? Here we have the Saray, I think is the name of the type of clothing. Or sari. Is it sari? Kiome. Can you say my name, Kiome? Hard to pronounce, but hello, welcome. Do let me know how to pronounce it. Kevin says, you can go in, I will call him. Are you related to one of the Patel brothers, Kevin? I know there's a lot of Patels. It's a very, extremely common name. Kiava. Kiava. Oh, whoa. That is very different from how it looks like. Kiava. Rishav, welcome. Georgette, am I from Sweden? No. Jackson Heights, Queens. This neighborhood you're looking at. My family, Puerto Rico. It's almost like you're in a foreign country. That's how it feels like every time I come here. Are you going to eat here? I'm not entirely sure yet. So here, it's 37th Avenue, another major thoroughfare, 37th Avenue. Hey Usman, I appreciate reminding people to drop the like. Press the like button. Any kosher shops says okay. You might find kosher, but this is not quite a Jewish neighborhood. So the chances are very slim to find quality kosher food. Albert, all the links to the gear I use is in the description of this video. iPhone 11 with a gimbal. Wendy says, looks like a nice day. It really is. I just love absolutely how sunny it is. Sapphire says, the King of Queens. Yeah, that is a famous, that is indeed a famous sitcom that takes place in Queens, but not in this area of Queens. If anyone could remind me what neighborhood is King of Queens take place in. Mehraba. I don't know Turkish, so if anyone wants to translate, feel free to do so. Mehraba. Hermes. Merry Christmas to you too, Hermes. Alicia, you hear the Long Island Railroad all day. Oh no. Are you living close to it? I hear it fairly often. Oh, look at this. Another beautiful outdoor dining setup. This one is of Marahaja Sweets. Hey, the King of Queens takes place in Corona. No. I know the King of Queens was filmed in LA, but it takes place in Queens, New York. Definitely takes place in the real neighborhood. Not filmed there, but takes place there. Every time I talk about a show, people want to correct, oh, but actually it was filmed in the set. Like, yeah, obviously. Like most sitcoms. So this is one of my other favorite places. Highly recommend these guys. They're not very camera friendly, so I won't go in. But they sell amazing Indian sweets that kind of are in the cusp between sweet and savory. All right, let's go back to the train, shall we? Hey, okay, so someone put more details. Clarissa says, Doug and Carrie, the two main characters of King and Queens, are a working class couple at 3121 Aberdeen Street in Rego Park. Thank you, Rego Park. Much farther away from here. Rego Park's further into Queens.
If you want to be discreet or not.
So that other street, 74th Street we walked through, is known as Little India. But when we go to this side of the street, is known as Little Bangladesh or Little Bengali. Lots of Bangladeshi eateries on this side of the street, so you'll find more halal. And there's like a interesting pub. This is the first time I've seen a pub in this neighborhood. That's fascinating. Or like a new pub opened up in this neighborhood. There's a few classic pubs because Jackson Heights, Queens used to be very Irish, actually. When I grew up here in the 1990s, I went to Catholic school, and a lot of the teachers and clergy there were Irish. So what communities are situated here? So right at this very moment, this very location is Bangladeshi. The other street, a lot of Indian businesses. You'll find Pakistani as well. You'll find Nepalese. Then a lot of South Americans situated into a little bit further into Jackson Heights at 82nd Street. Here, Roosevelt Avenue. You'll find Colombian, Peruvian, Ecuadorian, some Uruguayan, and a bit of Dominicans. Dominicans, not so much, but a little bit of Dominicans. And of course, you'll find a bunch of other ethnicities because there's more than 120 represented here. You also find Mongolian as well because there's a few Mongolian shops and eateries. And this is indeed live, Lena. Thank you for reminding people. Yeah, this is indeed live. If you're watching it right now, on Saturday, December 26th, it's indeed live. Zion, that's not quite the something I want to get into, but I would say in New York, people are very welcoming. New York is not diverse by pure happenstance. The reason it's diverse is because we are accepting of diversity. So if we weren't, then New York would look very different. I'll speak for New York in that regard. I remember a video of Food and Footprints showing Argentinian pastries and restaurants here. There's a few Argentinian places, yeah. It's not quite a big Argentinian neighborhood, but there's a few. Right. So let's go into the train. And I think, is there an entrance here? Let's see if there's an entrance here. Do you have Moroccan food in New York? Yeah, one of my favorite restaurants in all of New York City, Pasty, great question, Patsy, is Cafe Mogador, which is Moroccan food. Where's Little Pakistan in New York? So I actually had this conversation with a taxi driver on live video last week, and he told me that Little Pakistan, I heard this from other Pakistani friends, is in Coney Island. That's Little Pakistan. Coney Island, Brooklyn. It's super cold today, ladies and gentlemen. It's super cold. Manolito says, because we're not proud of our heritage, says, oh, I don't think so. Really, Manolito? I always found the Argentinians to be quite the opposite. To be very, very proud of being Argentinian. All right, no entrance this way, so we gotta go in the middle to get back on the train. So if you're new to these videos are wanderings. No really set direction, no agenda. We're just going with the whims. The only agenda is to go down on the 7 train. Oh, Manolito says Argentinians have a kind of love-hate relationship with their culture. Interesting, Manolito. I appreciate that perspective. Thank you for sharing it. Can't wait to visit myself. All right, let's get on the train. Sarah, where is the most Arabic place in New York? Great question. I think to get very Arabic, you would have to start going to Astoria, Queens, is known as Little Egypt. I know Egyptian and Arabic are not fully the same, but there's a lot of similarities. And there you'll find a lot of hookah bars specifically, or nargile bars. Otherwise, Brooklyn is becoming more and more Arabic. If anyone knows where else is the Arabic areas of New York, do let us know. Bowsy says, yeah, one wipe. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kaz, welcome. Do you need to buy a ticket? Yes, you do. Train pass. You can buy a single ride, which is $2.95 currently, or you could buy multiple rides. Carefree asked, our U.S. president grew up in this neighborhood. Not in this neighborhood, in this borough. He was grew up, but moved fairly young to Manhattan.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Scuffled. We are heading now Manhattan bound. Edward, welcome. Time lapse. We're going along the 7 train, so don't fully know, but I think I'm gonna get off one of the stops to show you a city view. Are there heat lamps above train platforms? No, they're not. There's no heat lamps. Is it $127 for a monthly card? It is indeed, Jonathan.
This is a Manhattan-bound 7 local train. The next stop is Woodside.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Hey Amanda, do you have to take all above ground trains? You can. There's only a few all above ground trains. 7 train is one of them, mostly all in Queens. The F and G line are above ground for only a few stops in Brooklyn, like I showed a few weeks ago. The J train is above ground mostly and almost all in Queens and Brooklyn. Also, the M train is above ground in Brooklyn and Queens. The A train is above ground in Far Rockaway. So not every train, just only a very, very few trains are mostly above ground, which is the J, M, and 7. The D train also has above ground. So this is 61st Street, Woodside. This is Little Philippines.
This is a Manhattan-bound 7 local train. The next stop is 52nd Street.
Zion, I don't talk about politics. Feel free to ask me anything about travel, food, or culture. Lena, thank you for the gentle reminder. I appreciate that in the comments. All right. So now let's explore a little bit of Little Philippines, shall we? Let's see what is there to offer here. Stand clear of the closing doors, please. So here, Phyllis, you're correct. Here we can connect with the Long Island Railroad, right here. Long Island Railroad is the most ridden commuter rail in the entire United States of America. Connects the entire island of Long Island. That includes Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau County, Suffolk County, and connects also to Manhattan, Penn Station. So great way to get out into Long Island if you want to like visit Montauk or the Hamptons. Michelle, this was your stop in your childhood. Oh, cool. Which neighborhood is the most run down? Christian. Certain areas in southern Brooklyn and certain areas in southern Bronx are a little bit worse shape. And says, wow, 127 per month is expensive. You know what? I think London is a bit cheaper, yeah. Paris is definitely way cheaper. So it is a bit expensive, indeed it is. But if you write it constantly, you'll make your money back. I mean, not make your money back, but you'll use the full worth of it if you take the train about 2 times a day. You'll make the money. You'll basically use all it's worth. So if you're like me who takes the train multiple times a day, more than 2, then this is the best bet for you. Also, using unlimited frees you up that decision making that you might have, like saying, should I take the subway because I only have like $10 left? It's a bit more stress, less stress inducing. And it is cheaper than a car, yeah, cheaper than buying car insurance. Here's the many taco stands. Uh-oh, my lens is a bit dirty, so bear with me, I gotta clean my lens. There we go. Thank you for putting down the math time lapse. Says 127 is not that bad. If you work 22 days of the month, it comes out to $577 a day. Yeah. Jollibee is indeed here. The first Jollibee to open up in New York is here. So this is Little Manila. Not as in Manila envelope, but as in Manila, the capital city of the Philippines. So, kumusta ka to all the Filipinos watching here. Mahal kita. Let's see what's here. Alex says, Thrilla in Manila. Yeah, indeed, Alex. Do I ever go to Long Island? I've done Long Island a few times. You can watch my Long Beach video here on YouTube. I've done a few more on Facebook. Check them out. Oh, Arnel says, Maliganyang Pasko. Oh, Maliganya Pasko to you too. Which means Merry Christmas in Tagalog, which is the Filipino language. Has a little bit of Spanish influences in there as well, and a lot of Filipinos also speak what's called Taglish, which also has more English words in it. So we're in Little Manila without buying a ticket. Yep, as I mentioned, you could travel the entire world with the price of the price of a limited 1 week limited railroad. I mean, MTA pass. Here's Jollibee. Okay, have I been to Philippines? No. The reason I know Tagalog a little bit of Tagalog is because I went to college with a lot of Filipinos, and I learned. And I also had a big crush on a Filipino girl when I was much younger. So I learned Tagalog because of that. Oh, look at the design here. Wow, beautiful. Hey, Alex, thank you so much for the €4 super chat. Appreciate you, Alex. If anyone knows where Papa's Kitchen is, that's the one place I would try on video, but I don't know exactly where it is. If anyone could check out Papa's Kitchen on Google, then maybe we can check it out if it's open at this time. Did I get the girl Roy? Oh no, I did not. that was quite one of the craziest stories I've ever had in terms of dating, but that's not for this type of video. What is Jollibee? So great question. VV says 83rd Street, Queens. Ooh, if you could tell me the intersection. Usually wow, is Papa's really that far? I didn't know Papa's Kitchen was in the other side of in Jackson Heights. So Jollibee is the McDonald's of Philippines. McDonald's actually has very little success, and other fast food chains as well, American, have very little success in the Philippines because Jollibee kind of crushes it. They sell a lot of fried chicken. They sell also spaghetti and chicken sandwiches as well. So they're very popular for that. Manny, thank you so much. 83rd Street and 37th Avenue. I did not realize that Papa's Kitchen, it's a Filipino restaurant, is actually in Jackson Heights and not in Little Manila. That's kind of a shame. All right, so never mind. Thank you everyone for searching it up. Lo. Sorry, I can't answer every single question. I have a lot of people tuning in. I'll do my best to answer as many people as possible. Have you ever seen a disabled person on the subway using a wheelchair? Many times, Lo. Many times. Many times. A lot, I would say about like 40%-ish. Do your own research, of course, but a little bit less than half of the train stations have elevator capabilities. BB says your mask is awesome. I like it. Oh, thank you. All right, so let's get back here. And let's go back onto the train. So this was just a little peek into Little Manila. Phil says, what do you normally eat for breakfast? Banana with cashew butter is my main thing for breakfast if it's early. If I wake up a little bit later in the day, after 10 a.m., I eat an avocado toast with eggs. Or eggs, just scrambled eggs also. Hey, Artie says, thinking about reading Retrowave. Yeah, go for it. It's on Amazon, so it's very easy to acquire. One of my most popular food videos is actually exploring Jollibee, their restaurant in Times Square, which is their flagship here in the U.S. Flagship stores mean basically like the main focus of the store. They spend a lot of money on it just to, kind of get a lot of attention. Do you bike around New York City? I do not, John. I do not. Lisa, thank you so much for linking the Jollibee video on YouTube. Appreciate it. All right, let's get back on the train. Here's a lot of the houses here. A lot of the same style houses in these areas of Queens. They look wood frame, but I think they're not fully wood. No, they are wood. They are wood. This is one of the few cities where they use a lot of wood. Car free. I like walking. Biking might be easier to get around, but then I gotta park the thing. So I like the freedom of walking where I don't need to like park anything or charge anything. I can just keep on walking. I like that flexibility. That's why I don't use e-scooter or e-bike necessarily. Alex, if I were to choose between Jollibee, KFC, or Popeyes, I would choose Jollibee. In my opinion, it's better. They're all fast food, but Jollibee just has a bit better taste in my opinion. Hey! Phil says I gotta leave now. I have to watch a movie that I can't record. Oh yeah, Phil, enjoy it. Thank you so much for saying hello and commenting. What is the ultimate destination today? The final destination is Long Island City. All right, let's go back into the train. Did you have coquito for Christmas? I did not have coquito for breakfast. I usually don't drink milk, so I avoid coquito or any type of milky cocktail. Time Lapse says Final Destination, great movie. Yeah, every time I say that word, it reminds me of the movie. David says they're very rare. Dunkin' Donuts, oh yeah. All right, I gotta manually walk over here. Hey Kay, ooh, Kay is a Filipino, and you say that you prefer Popeyes because of the seasoning. Interesting. Well, thank you for letting us know, Kay. Hey, from Taiwan, welcome. Are you lactose? It says car free. A little bit, not fully. It doesn't affect me terribly, but I prefer not to have it. All right. 2 minutes. Cool. Hey, Kathleen. Thank you so much for 1,000 stars. Heather, you're exhausted just watching from the sofa. Hey, Christina, welcome. Hello, Laureen. She says, Mele Kalaki Maka. Oh, is that Merry Christmas in Hawaiian? Thank you.
Hello, New York. This is 7th local train. The next stop is 52nd Street.
Clear up the closing doors, please.
Hey, Eddie. My daughter Natalia misses New York. Can you say hi to her? Yeah. Natalie, welcome. Nice to see you here. Thank you so much for tuning in. So right there we can see all of Queens. Really great station to get a big perspective.
Hello, everyone. When you ride the subway or bus, you must wear a mask that covers your mouth and nose for the entire
Dave, you
trip.
feel that leg burn, yeah?
Please do your part to keep your healthy. Be MTA.info to learn more. Stay safe and thank you for riding with us.
Ooh,
This
very
is a
dark.
Manhattan bound 7 local train. The next stop is 46th Street.
Stand clear of the closed doors,
So
please.
Queens is the second most populous borough in New York with around 2.4 million people. Brooklyn has more than 2.7 to 2.8. It's quite two populous, very boroughs right next to each other. Queens is the largest by area. Sixth this. Oh no, we're not going to Papa's Kitchen. We're already going one direction only. Artie says, I can see your eyes today. Oh yeah, indeed, Artie. I show them fairly often. We need to clear the windows. Yeah, the windows are a bit dirty. Christian, have you ever got lucky while walking? Oh, what are we referring to, Christian?
This is a
Lucky in what way?
Manhattan bound 7 local train.
Kay, is that a new scarf? It is. I got this as a Christmas present. New scarf for a Christmas present. Yeah. The Friends pop-up display. Oh, I'm not entirely sure. I gotta check out if I could get tickets. Stay tuned. Alvi says Ariel is lucky. Yeah, well, if you've seen plenty of my live videos, you'll notice that I've encountered some magical things while walking around on live video. Christian, oh, luckily, oh, you mean meeting someone? Not while walking, no. It's mostly been through friends. Fila, have I ever met a big celebrity? James Cameron is the biggest one. Chevy, thank you for the 400 rubies. This is the, oh, $30. Oh, wow. Chevy, $30. Thank you so much. The equivalent of a 30-day limited ride in Moscow. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Maybe I'll use that whenever I go to Moscow. Elisa says it's visible that I'm very relaxed. I am very relaxed. All right, let's get off here. I'll show you the views. So quite packed train. Is a lot of people wearing masks? They are. There are. A lot of people are. Yeah, some people are not, but the majority are. Oh, this is not okay. Let's get off the next one actually. Zayon, to get to Times Square is very quickly. You gotta taking the 7 train to 42nd Street, Manhattan. You'll get there. Lafayette, this is not a health channel, so feel free to ask me any questions about history, food, or travel. Hey, Steve, nice to see you here. Hello, Diane from California. Welcome. Artie, ooh. I'm not entirely sure why you're using that word, Artie. So here are the train yards for the Sunnyside train yards. For the Long Island Railroad, Amtrak uses a few of them as well. I think MTA also uses a few of them. These are among the bigger train yards, the biggest train yards in all of New York City. This is also the depiction of the Valley of Ashes in the book Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. So here's a very special train yard to go. Train station. Let's go. Very special. Okay, so get off here, Queensboro Plaza. And we're gonna go up to the second level to catch a very unique view of the city. Ivy, welcome Ivy. Nice to see you here. Glad you're tuning in.
Hello, this is Sarah Feinberg, interim president of New York City Transit. 2020 has been a year.
Is the train heated? It is indeed.
And on behalf of everyone at Transit, I want to wish you and your family happy
It is indeed.
holidays, and thank you for
Eugene, Queensboro Bridge nearby. It is. I'll show it to you. So here we are in Long Island City, surrounded by the high-rises of Long Island City. And as Phyllis asked, we're going to see views of the city in a very unique perspective, right over here. How many miles per hour do the trains go? I'm not entirely sure. I think it's about 30. It's fairly slow, but here we are. Look at that. Silver Cup Studio sign peeking out there in the corner. Probably one of the most unique perspectives you can get of the city. B. Griffin, nice to see you here again, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Barnali, I read any question. No, I can't read all of them, but I read as many as I can, or whatever seems right for the channel. Don't worry, if you watch my streams long enough, I eventually will say hi to you. Yes, you, right over there. Kevin. Kevin, I am a licensed tour guide. Yes, I am. Goodbye to the 7 train. This one's going to Queens. And look at that. Dude, this is your 3rd train. Yeah, it is, Mike. Yeah, it is. All right, here. See views of the city. Heather, do I need to be a licensed tour guide to make videos? No. It's only to give tours in person to people. So right here we have the Silver Cup Studio sign. We see the views of the Midtown Manhattan skyline. We see the super skinny skyscrapers of Billionaires Row. Silver Cup Studios is where they filmed Sex and the City, The Sopranos, and many other famous shows. Loilo wants to donate 50 euro. Oh wow, oh so generous. Yeah, the best way to donate is right there, paypal.me/Ariel Vieira. That's the best way. Zion, please don't ask the same question over and over again. No, we're not going to Times Square. You can watch other videos for Times Square. Video says, thank you for the free ride. My pleasure. Brick, have I seen Soul? Yes, I did. Great movie that takes place in New York and absolutely blew me away. It's a masterpiece of filmmaking, in my opinion. Eileen, do I speak Spanish? Sí, soy fluente en español. Puedes preguntarme qué cosa que quieres. The Silver Cup sign is also in Highlander, 1968. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that Highlander featured it. That's awesome. All right, I gotta adjust my mask real quickly. What are the costs of apartments in Queens? It depends what area of Queens. They vary. Long Island City is very expensive. If you want to check it out, great channel, Sarah Funky, and she covers her own apartment that she lives here. $4,000 a month. Is this GTA 6? It is indeed. You're watching the special trailer for GTA 6. Are you using an iPhone for this? I am. All right, stay tuned. We're gonna get back on the 7 train. We just gotta wait for the train to pass. Hey, Artie, you're enjoying this video. I'm so glad you are, Artie. Light Up, the movie Soul, absolutely amazing. Nightmare, do I go Brownsville? No. My friend Action Kid has done a great video on Brownsville. Check it out. Is this that iPhone 12? No, iPhone 11. So thank you so much, Kathleen. Kathleen left 1,000 stars on Facebook. So I'm streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. And a few people have left amazing stars on Facebook. Stars is basically a super chat equivalent on Facebook. So thank you so much, Kathleen. If I missed any of the stars or super chats or PayPal as well in this video, do let me know. Thank you everyone who's been supporting this show. So let's continue on to our final stop, which is going to be in Long Island City. So stay tuned. What is 1,000 stars? 1,000 stars is $10. $10. Is it? $10, yeah, $10. Artie says, thanks, Ariel. You're kind of fun. Oh, I'm so glad. Are you referring to the movie Soul, the new Disney movie? All right, great question. So, yes, I am. For big recommendation for anyone who wants to see a New York City movie, but have your mind blown in a much deeper way. Watch Soul by Pixar. It's on Disney Plus, and the movie, I saw it yesterday, came out yesterday on Disney Plus. Absolutely mind-blowing film. It will tear every heartstring of yours, make you feel all the feels. That's how we say here in the US. It will make you feel all the feelings. And also takes place in New York, so check it out if you can. Marcin says Disney Plus costs too much. Well, whenever, if you want to, whenever it's possible, do check it out. It's a wonderful movie if you're able to watch Disney Plus. And I'm in PR and totally Totally fair skin. Yeah, that's a car free. Yeah, that's a car free life. Yeah, yeah. Puerto Ricans come in all different shades. Same thing with Americans. Americans come in all different shades, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so people know that. Are you planning to direct more music videos? I am. Phyllis, unfortunately, we won't be able to see those views. I already passed the stop, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Those views are hard to replicate. What you see on my cover image on Facebook is a very long lens. It's a telephoto lens. My iPhone won't capture that same type of image. So a telephoto lens, it shrinks space. So you're able to catch the skyline looking very close to your location, which is much farther away. On iPhone, you have a 2x lens, but it's not quite enough to replicate what I have on my Facebook cover video, which is might be 10x around there, or even more. So that's why it looks so shrinked out. That's why the city literally looks right next to the train station, but it's not possible with the iPhone. Hey, Ingrid, nice to see you here. Car free. No worries, car free. Do I know if the Netflix show Powered is filmed in Queens? Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Boris, you like my full mask. All right, here we are. New train. New train. Who this? Who this new train? Let's go. Let's get on the train, ladies and gentlemen.
The next stop is Fort Square.
Clear of the closing doors, please.
Carol, did I have a good Christmas? I did. A very good, calm Christmas. Absolutely loved it. Spent it with family. Hey, Eugen, thank you so much for letting me know. Mulaney, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. My hand's cold. Not too much because I'm going in and out. Here's a really interesting view. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Right there, we see the Queensboro Bridge. So if you want to get closer to Queensboro Bridge, take the N train into Manhattan from the Queensboro stop, which we were just at. And there you'll you'll be passing along the Queensboro Bridge much closer. So here's the Silver Cup Studio sign. Elizabeth Terry, yes, I'm indeed referring to the Pixar film Soul on Disney Plus. Hey, Janice, desde Argentina te escribo. ¿Dónde estás yendo? Estamos yendo a Long Island City, que está en Queens, antes de Manhattan. Una parada antes de Manhattan. One stop before Manhattan. Yeah, here we have the G train. The front windows have the worst view. They used to have amazing views in the older trains, but these new trains kind of suck with the windows. Is there a driver? Yeah, there is. He's inside there, but you can't see him.
7th local train. The next stop is Hunters Point Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors.
Time lapse says you can use an Anchor battery pack to extend your iPhone uses. Yeah, yes, you can. Dennis, is it mandatory to wear a mask? It is in the subway, on the bus, and on the trains, and on the railroad. It is mandatory. There's a $50 fine if you don't wear a mask. Here's Long Island City. Here we see Momo PS1 there in the distance. Does a lot of crazy stuff happen in the subway? Not that much, but it is New York City. It is a gigantic city. There's a lot of wide variety of people, so you will encounter some unique characters on the subway. Laura, no, I went to college in New York, City College of New York. Here's the Long Island Railroad. This is another stop on the Long Island Railroad. Now a defunct stop. It's not really used. And now we're going underground. I think we'll have enough service for one more stop. Is LaGuardia Community College still here? Yes, that is still open. David says, what happens in the subway stays in the subway. Indeed. Rafael, my Spanish is very fluent. It is. Thank you. Gracias.
This is a Manhattan-bound 7 local train. The next stop is Junction Boulevard.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Car Free says, why did they stop using the Long Island Railroad? Great.
This is a Manhattan-bound 7 local train. The next stop is Grand Central.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye, 7 train. So this was the final 7 train stop we're going to visit, but let's go outside. I'll show you a little bit of Long Island City. So let's say goodbye to the train. Bye, train. Un caminante por el mundo. Sí, yo hablo español. Soy fluente en español y inglés. Puedes preguntarme cualquier cosa que quieres en inglés o en español. Have you seen the rat carrying a pizza? No, Mandy, I did not. But the Pixar's Soul, the movie, ended up referring the pizza rat in one of the shots, which was very hilarious. So here's the 7 train stop. And there we go. Lots of restaurants here in this area. You understood everything I said in Spanish. Great. That's awesome. We're within smelling distance of the East River, says B. Griffin. Yeah. Do you have a YouTube music page, Susan? Great question, Susan. You know what? That's actually another Ariel Vieira. That is not me. And you can tell how he looks like. It's definitely not me. It's another guy named Ariel Vieira who's a musician. And I think he fairly has a fair amount of views on his own videos. Are some of the restaurants open? So I don't see that many restaurants open here. This pub is closed. I recommend this French restaurant right down there. It's called Tour Le Sol. Tour Le Sol. It's closed as well. A lot of things are closed here. Let me take a peek one more block down, shall we? And let me know if you want to end at the waterfront and see the skyline, so you know exactly how it looks like. Let me know if you want to see the skyline from the waterfront of Long Island City. Ryan, yes, I can see you, Ryan. Thank you so much for commenting. So a lot of these restaurants are closed. Oh, this is weird. Why is it so empty in this neighborhood? Pretty good pizza over there. Oh, sorry. Overexposed. Pretty good pizza there. A slice. Bear Burger. I like their burgers, but they're closed for some reason. Not entirely sure why. This Greek restaurant at least is open, but no one's here. It is abandoned. Rarishka, I am indeed based in New York, but not here, not this specific neighborhood. Let's stop for coffee. Coffee, ooh. Where can we go for coffee? All right. Who wants to see coffee right by the skyline as well? There might be a place open right by the skyline, which I can show you. I gotta put on my hat though, because it's freezing cold. Yeah, I gotta put on my hat. Bear with me. You guys wanna see coffee with the skyline? Let me know. I gotta put on my hat, so bear with me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did not balance. It's okay. There's strong wind today as well, that's why. Looks empty here. Yeah, so empty. I'm not sure why. This is usually a little bit more vibrant on a Saturday. Lots of families. I guess a lot of families have went away. All right, let's go here. The best coffee is the blue paper cup with the Greek design. Not if you're a coffee lover. It is quite iconic. And bored with username, Steve, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Steve is sponsoring the coffee along with a few others. All right, thank you so much. Joe also sponsored our coffee earlier. All right, guys, since you want to see that coffee, let's go see that coffee. I'll show you one of my favorite coffee places in Long Island City, right by the waterfront, so you'll know where to get it. So let's go there first, and we'll go right after to the waterfront. And, ooh. So yeah, if you're a coffee lover and tend to drink your coffee, you know, if you tend to enjoy coffee, not just like as a fuel, the blue coffee cup is usually provided at bodegas, and they just give serviceable coffee. You know, coffee that is good enough to drink, but not quite good coffee. And if you think that is being a little bit pretentious, just try, you know, a sandwich at a corner store versus a sandwich at a fine Italian sandwich maker. You'll notice a difference. Same thing with coffee. So while it's an iconic cup, usually that kind of cup is never usually served with good coffee, which kind of sucks. Hey, Shields says, coffee on me. Happy holidays. Oh, thank you so much, Shields. Susie says, no comment. I know some people are out there a huge fan of bodega coffee. All right, let's go. So, Shields, thank you so much for the $5, for the $14 super chat. I see Empire State Building in the distance. Oh, yeah. Look at this car. Oh, cool. Larry, thank you so much for 125 stars. $1. Thank you so much. $1.25. I appreciate you. Tira says, I drink milk. Oh, cool, Tira. Car Free says, you like cappuccino? Yeah. In the bodega, you probably won't find a good cappuccino. That's for sure. All right down here. Actually, we gotta go like one block down. All right. Saludos de Puerto Rico. Gracias por mirando, Víctor Manuel. Ah, está mirando desde México. Oh, es un puertorriqueño de México. Qué bien. Do you like Colombian coffee? Oh, I do, Laura. One of my favorite Colombian coffee shops is Devoción, right by Union Square, between Union Square and the Flatiron. I think they're in 26th Street. No, not 26th, sorry. I think they're in 19th or 20th Street. And then my other favorite Colombian coffee is in Williamsburg. And I think they're called Nuestra Puebla. I think they're called that. I forgot exactly the name. Whenever I go to Williamsburg, stay tuned because I'll be doing one more video there. You'll be seeing me feature that coffee bar. Ciale says, thank you for sharing me up. Oh, my pleasure, Ciale. Manoj. Is there Indians here? Yeah, a lot of Indians watch my show as well. People who are watching here from all around the world. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Welcome to New York City. Cue the music. To send to send PayPals is right over here. Coffee's right there. Yeah, right there. We'll see the skyline soon enough. Stay tuned. Wow, this is very empty. Hey, Jessica from Tennessee. Nice to see you here from Tennessee. Hey, Juanes, ¿cuál es el lugar más económico para vivir en Nueva York? Es más fácil vivir I forgot the word for boroughs in Spanish again. I rarely use it. So, es más fácil vivir el área más fuera de Nueva York, en Queens, Brooklyn y el Bronx. Pero es posible conseguir vivienda buena cualquier sitio en Nueva York. Aquí vienen inmigrantes de todo el mundo y buscan una manera como sobrevivir y para crecer. So here, the economic places to live, the places where it's doable to live, they're all around the city. The outer boroughs might be a little bit easier, like Queens or Brooklyn or the Bronx. But people come here from all around the world to make it work. Queen says, I inspire you to learn Spanish. Oh, great. This area is clean. Oh, yeah. We're surrounded by high rises. And it's overexposed because too much sunlight. There. Can you hear the subway beneath? Yeah. Not here, but there might be vents a little bit further down. Along, I think Vernon Boulevard, is it? So if anyone can let me know how to say borough in Spanish, the name is escaping me. No son distritos ni pueblos. Sounds great. Great guess, but no, there's a more specific word for it. Barrios, no, Planeta. Barrios son neighborhoods. Neighborhood is a barrio. Condado, gracias. Condado. That's how you say borough in Spanish. Condado. At least here in New York. Borough is condado. Not pueblo, because pueblo would kind of be a little bit bigger. And not barrio. Barrio means neighborhood. So condado is borough. You got it. Malena said 500 stars. Thank you so much, Clarissa, and all the other people reminding me. Thank you so much for 500 stars, Malena. my Spanish accent is different. Yeah, because I'm a New Yorican. So I have a slight accent in Spanish and a slight accent in English. All right, let's go. This is my favorite coffee bar. Let's hope they are open. Let's see. Sweet Leaf. I'll be a little bit silent. Okay, everyone. There's music, and I didn't encounter music this entire video, so let me mute it. But let me see if I can play some music while muting it. Let me see if I can have, or maybe I can show you. You know what I'll do? I'll play another video while I'm inside there muted. So let's put on another video. Let me know if you want to see another video at the same time I'm inside there. Let's see. I got it. I got the perfect video. But you'll see the coffee shop as well. Okay. Midtown Manhattan is not the only place with wonderful Christmas decorations in New York City. Yeah. The same goes for downtown in Wall Street area. Today we're going to explore what type of Christmas and holiday decorations we can see here in Lower Manhattan. You're watching Urbanist. My name is Ariel, and let's go for a wandering. Starting here at Broad Street, at the intersection of Broad and Wall. We're seeing Wall just a little bit ahead after the tree. And here we're seeing the huge Christmas tree of the New York Stock Exchange. It's quite a tradition to have a gigantic tree for the New York Stock Exchange. And here we see Broad Street, which is always a really cool street because it's slightly crooked. So you have this beautiful layering of different buildings that cropped up first 30 years of the 1900s. Well, everyone, welcome. Sarah, welcome. Youssef, welcome. Nice to see everyone here. Welcome Toyosio. Welcome Irene. Hello Luciano. Hello Giovi. So here is the tree in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Of course, many people already know what the stock exchange does. They trade more than $30 trillion worth of wealth of investment into companies, mostly from the United States of America, and a few companies also are included from other parts of the world. As many of you already know, this is a wandering, so there's no particular direction or agenda for this broadcast. So we're just wandering around downtown Manhattan and see if we can find some cool Christmas decorations. This is our first one. And right below, it might be a little bit easy to miss. This is a Kwanzaa decoration. Merry Christmas, Helen. Merry Christmas, Christine. So here's a Kwanzaa decoration. If anyone knows what is the history of Kwanzaa, let us know in the comments. I haven't looked too into Kwanzaa. And here's the tree. I like. Donald says I like that they have Kwanzaa candles. Yeah, me too. It's nice. It's nice they included. So here's the entrance of the New York Stock Exchange, the security check, and right over here we have the buttonwood tree. The buttonwood tree is in honor. It's a sycamore tree. The nickname is also buttonwood. It's in honor of the Buttonwood Agreement, where 24 brokers in the late 1700s decided to form a stock exchange to no longer just meet in random coffee shops scattered throughout this area of New York, but instead to have one centralized place where they can do all their exchanges. Thus the birth of the NYSE as we know it today. Hey, 4K. Hello, Steve. Hello, Jessica. Nubu. Welcome. Oh. Hello, Eder. Nice to see you here. Hello, Adri. Donald. Welcome. Jose has the history of Kwanzaa. So here we have a few people fixing things. Bodhi, thank you so much for the 10-pound super chat. You say, hey, Ariel, happy Christmas, be safe. Thank you so much, Bodhi. The same goes for you. I really appreciate the super chat. So today it seems like they're introducing maybe a new company to the stock exchange, XL Fleet. Don't know too much about them. 100% sure if it's an introduction to the stock market. Usually it is the case whenever they have a sign of a company. For example, when Facebook went public, going public means that they are officially trading stocks to the public, so anyone can become an investor in the company. They put a huge sign up. So I think XL Fleet is joining the stock exchange. Bernadette, nice to see you here. Here we have a few XL Fleet trucks. Ooh, this might be a vehicle company. Looks quite downtown, yeah. All my information about all the technology I use is in the description below on the YouTube description. So here on the other side we have Hanukkah, actually. Look at this. Luciano, a lot of money in this place. Yes, over $30 trillion are traded in the stock exchange. Is it freezing or not? No, it's pretty good weather. It's about like 45 degrees, 44 degrees Fahrenheit. And here we have our good old friend, the fearless girl. She's wearing a mask. Maria says I'm a walking library. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. So right up there, we have these series of statues. Notice anything strange about them? I've told this story a few times. New York City has warnings of 16-mile-per-hour winds on Christmas Day. Oh, that means it's a good day to stay cozied up inside and not, stay cozied up inside with the hot chocolate or a spiked cider. There's something weird about this statue up there. So this building, the New York Stock Exchange, the stock exchange actually started in a coffee shop, Tontine Coffee House, and a few other coffee shops around the city. So think about this, our nation's wealth and the wealth of many other stock exchanges around the world, including, say, Shanghai and also London, were based in coffee shops. So it's like today, if stockbrokers, instead of hanging out here, they would be hanging out at Starbucks or a Blue Bottle. That's the equivalent. Anyways, in 1903, they ended up building a huge building, new building for this, by George B. Post, the architect. George B. Post is famous also for City College. He made it look like Hogwarts. And on the very top, he noticed that there was something wrong with all these stones. The stones had serious defects. He didn't know until after the building was completed. 1904, the marble statues were installed, but he was already nervous what could happen. So he already petitioned the city to start doing repairs, but the city refused. And the city grew and grew and grew in the 1910s, the 1920s, and 1930s. But as the city grew, becoming a manufacturing powerhouse that end up feeding the entire United States economy in many respects, and also producing megatons of coal. The problem with coal is that it turns into soot, sticks to everything that comes across it. So the city was covered in the black fog. This ended up becoming a very serious problem. And we are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a little bit crazy. So I spoke with the woman behind the counter you weren't able to hear, but I spoke with the person behind the counter, and she ended up saying that they were going to open up the bar tonight, because it's a bar at night, and it's like tiki themed, so they do a lot of tiki themed cocktails, but it's so empty on certain weekends, including this one, that they might not open the bar at all at night. And the reason she says it's empty is because a lot of people who live here tend to travel during the holidays. So it's a lot of like families who go back to like Connecticut or Long Island to visit their family members in this particular neighborhood. That's why it's so desolate compared to the rest part of Queens. All right, so let's go to the views. These guys are blocking the crosswalk. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the look inside. That's Sweet Leaf Coffee Roasters. No, it's hard to see even intersections in here. But right by the waterfront, if anyone can put the address down. Sweet Leaf Espresso and Cocktail Bar. Uh-oh, the wind is picking up now. I'll try the coffee soon. It was a very cute coffee shop indeed. They have another one right by the train stop that we also got off earlier. That one has a little bit cozier indoor seating. Well, indoor seating is closed right now, but when they open up again, very cozy. They also have one in Greenpoint, which is very, very cozy as well. And that's where they roast their beans, in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. Oh, it's so cold now. Don, you're digging out the snow in Ohio. Oh my God, Don. I hope you know, I wish you luck, wish you strength in digging out the snow. Hisami, thank you so much for putting the address. I'm gonna. Thank you. Hisami put the address there. Free ad for Pepsi, yeah. We are giving Pepsi a free ad. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have the views of New York City. The beautiful skyline that has been famous all around the world. But before I continue one more step, I do have to put on my hat because it's freezing cold here. Thank you, Hisami. Thank you, everyone, also on YouTube. All right. Oh, this feels good. Thank you for sponsoring the coffee. I'll give it a try very soon. Let me show you first the views. Usually they serve coffee boiling hot, so definitely not ready to sip. What I got is an Americano. I asked for it very short for one specific reason, because I don't want to wait for it to cool down too long. I need to dress functionally. I am dressed. Oh, trust me, I am dressed very functionally. Pepsi Cola, everyone. This is the sign dating back to the 1940s. We have a police officer right below it, which is interesting. Police officer right below the sign. That's fascinating. First time I've seen a police officer parked directly underneath the sign. Here's the ferry stop right there. They kept the sign. They did, yeah. It's been lovingly restored since then. Is he having coffee too? I am. Another sponsor for the coffee. It's at least a $20 cup of coffee. Well, you guys are, whoever's sponsoring a food on the show, if it runs over, you're also sponsoring, the transportation, the gear I use, many other things. All right, I think we found our perfect place. Queensboro Bridge. Let's try the cup of coffee before it cools down too much. Oh, look at that. Wow. It's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous views. So, you see all of Midtown Manhattan. This is one of the best places to catch a view. And there's very few people here in the park, so I'm going to just keep my mask off for the rest of this video. And while there's a few people walking, I'll stay away from them. Now let's try this coffee. It's very cold. So someone said I'm not dressed practically. I am. I'm wearing a gigantic parka. I'm wearing a cardigan, very thick cardigan. I'm wearing gloves. I also have mittens. I'm wearing long johns underneath my jeans, which were gifted to me this Christmas. So thank you. and yeah, I'm wearing quite a bit of coverings. Heather says, now we can see your handsome face. Oh, thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. So, ooh, wow. That's a cup of coffee. So, I think it's a little bit too late to show you the crema, but when it was served to me, very nice thick layer of crema. This is what I call the American style cup of coffee, American style espresso. So as I mentioned many, many times, ladies and gentlemen, there's a spectrum. You have American, that side of the spectrum, coffee, espresso tends to be brighter, tends to be lighter, fruitier. Scandinavian is around there, so if you ever had coffee in Finland or Danish coffee, it's around that same area. And on the other side, you have your kind of Cuban coffees, which are a punch to the face, or like a Naples coffee, a punch to the face. That's the other side of the spectrum. And a little bit before that, you have your kind of classic Italian coffees. So this, of course, very aligned with an American style coffee, very bright, and very good. Wow, it has such a huge breadth of flavor on it. So highly recommend this coffee. Really enjoy it. This will also make a great cappuccino or a latte. Is it dark roasted? I don't think it is. It tastes lighter roasted to me. This either might be a medium roast or a light roast. If you like darker roasts, whenever I say I'm having an Italian style type of coffee, usually they tend to be more darker roasts. Check those out. There's a bunch of them also in the city. Mucho frío, sí. Está haciendo un montón de frío. Está como 28 grados Fahrenheit. So I absolutely love the coffee. Highly recommend them. Maybe we see the color. Okay, before I finish it, I'll show you the color. AD, this is not a show about religion, so feel free to ask me anything. That is the color. That is espresso, Americano, with a little bit of steamed water. A little bit of steamed water. Why do I like my Americano? I like taking a little bit of time drinking the coffee. So espresso generally gets very cool very fast. So espresso is for taking a shot. I like taking my time with the coffee, but I don't like sugar. Uh-oh, my cap flew away. I don't like sugar. I don't like milk. So I drink Americano, and I also prefer fresher coffee. So Americano is the freshest you can get as a nice kind of bigger cup of coffee because it's made with espresso. All right, let me grab the cap. Okay, now let's try. Video TT says now it's time to sing Christmas songs. Not that type of channel, Video TT. Let's try their rhubarb scone. Sorry, that's very British. These guys are not British. So American scone. Let's try their rhubarb scone. Someone's chanting. It sounded like the chant for Islamic prayer. That's weird. Here's the rhubarb scone. Scone, I mean. In America, it's scone. So this is the American scone. Usually it's in that triangular shape. There's rhubarb in this scone. Yep, that's correct. Not too much rhubarb. There's only a few little pieces of rhubarb. So let's try it out. Mmm. Wow. So, scone basically it tastes like a sweet bread. No marmalade. Yeah, here, American scones, they're drier. Jonathan says it's a bit dry. It's normal for an American scone at a coffee shop, the triangular shaped kind. They tend to be dry. They tend to taste like a bread. They're very hearty. That's the good thing is. They don't really provide jam nor butter. Maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe they do have some butter, but usually they don't. So usually this is something to accompany with a cup of coffee. It's very hearty. This is why I like an American scone, because it's hearty. It's very filling because of its dryness. You get really filled up very quickly with an American scone. Mm. Oh, right there. Hey, Trip Hacks DC, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. Welcome. Trip Hacks DC, I collaborate with him in Washington, DC, and he is making live videos now as well. So he's joined the live video train. So check him out, Trip Hacks DC. Great guy. He covers Washington, DC in such great detail. And let's take one more bite of this. Mm-mm. A lot of wind. Coffee cup flew away. It's already gone to the East River. Okay. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Let's see the skyline. Yeah, you guys will see the skyline. But here on Urbanist, we take our sweet time. This is a very slow TV. So we'll see. We'll definitely see the skyline. Oh, so cold. Wow. Oh, I need my mittens. Okay, everyone, I gotta put on my mittens. I'll show you more of the views. Views a little bit longer. I could go a little bit longer, but I gotta put on my mittens. If I put on my mittens, this means I will be going for about 20 more minutes. So if you have any final objections, you speak now or forever hold your peace before these mittens go on. Speak now, forever hold your peace. I got one more mitten. If you want me to stop right now, you gotta speak right now. Because I'm putting another mitten on. Someone's chanting something. There we go, second mitten on. Objection, Your Honor, says Fatima. I object. Okay, I'm leaving my mask off because there's not that many people here. And let's show you the views. Don't get frostbite. I won't. Trust me, I won't. Hold a piece of the scone. I already ate the scone, or got the rest of the piece here. All right, let's go. Boomer says I object everything. Smell mittens. Guys, have you ever heard of a thing called accents? For some people out there who like to correct every type of pronunciation. Have you ever heard of accents? Everyone has a different accent. All right, let's try. Let's go. Here's the ferry. This one has a very funny name to it. The Tooth Ferry. Oh, okay, excuse me. The OK Boomer, you have a Westchester. Tooth Ferry, yeah, great name for a ferry. It's a great pun. Have I been inside the Pominock houses? Ooh, I don't know what the Pominock houses are. Do let me know what they are. Ferries run all year round. They do. They do indeed. Heather speaks the Queen's English, but Queens as in the borough of Queens. Ah, I see what you did there. So Terry says in Minnesota, we tend to pronounce our T's, but people tend to pronounce Minnesota as Minnesota. Yeah, yeah, right. That's quite ironic, Terry. There goes the ferry. That ferry is going to Astoria, Queens. Is this the George Washington Bridge? No, Jack K. Don't insult this bridge by calling it the George Washington. This is the Queensboro Bridge. Much more beautiful than the George Washington, in my opinion. How much is the ticket for the ferry? Ferry is $2.75. Someone says, I got a lot of views, people tuning in. Wow, 1,000 people tuning in on YouTube and a little bit more than 100 tuning in on Facebook. Welcome, everyone. Nice to see you here. So glad so many people are tuning in. Elisa says, press that like button. Indeed. Indeed, both on Facebook and YouTube. Helps a lot. This is where Amazon was supposed to build their second headquarters, but did not happen. Here is a portal to the underworld. And let's go explore more of the waterfront. Jen, what are they building here? Nothing yet. I don't think there's any yet set plans for any major construction project aside from more high-rise condominiums. Is this the East River? Indeed it is. It's the East River. But it's not a true river. Yep, that is correct. It's a tidal estuary. Part of the ocean. Part of the Atlantic Ocean. Jump into the underworld. That's original. Good to Greenpoint, says Lana K. You know, Greenpoint, it's a bit hard to go walking because so it ends up being quite a long walk. Unfortunately, there's no land bridge yet that connects Long Island City, the waterfront, to the Greenpoint waterfront. There is plans to do that, which I hope they do because that would be so useful. The easiest way is actually just taking the ferry to Greenpoint. Uh-oh, the police is moving right over here. Where is he going? Hyde says the camera itself acts like a portal to alternate dimension. Indeed, it does, Hyde. Indeed, it does. Are you on Long Island? I am in the island of Long Island. This is Long Island City, which is in the borough of Queens. Queens is on the island of Long Island, but Queens is not Long Island. I know it gets very confusing, but when someone in New York, or basically anywhere in the United States of America, refers to as a Long Island, they refer to Nassau and Suffolk counties, which are after Queens, on the same island. However, it gets a bit even more confusing because there was a huge Supreme Court case where the U.S. Supreme Court deemed Long Island not to be an island, but to be a peninsula. So it's all confusing for everyone. Trust me. And yes, I pronounce Nassau differently. I know it's Nassau. Susie is now so confused. Yep, I just confused everyone a lot more by getting into detail. So Long Island is not Long. The island of Long Island is not Long Island, which is not an island. It's actually a peninsula. That sounds like a great New York riddle. I remember you did a live video with Action Kid here. Yes, I did an interview. He saw me, says, "Oh my God, that's a tongue twister." It is indeed. Swimming is prohibited in water. Swimming and waddling. So you can't waddle either. Waddling means like kind of like stepping into the water. Like a penguin. Penguins waddle. Wonderful to see the sun. Oh, Hyde, yeah, the sun only shines 4 hours in Denmark. Whoa. Yeah, Denmark is pretty north when you think about it. Yeah, Denmark is north. So yeah, we're much lower latitude than Denmark and England. For many people out there watching the UK, you probably have much shorter days than we do. Here, look at these patio chairs. That's cool. But can you jump into the water? That's debatable. Video, TT. But can you waddle? That is the greatest question of them all. Sixta says, "Jesus, nice to see my old neighborhood again. Oh, I'm so glad." Can you do a chair test? Oh, I've done the chair test here plenty of times. A bench test. Lisa, you can hear my stomach burping. Oh no. Just might be breathing a little bit heavily. It's a bit cold. So these are new. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a tanning bench test. Let's be a mensch and test this bench. All right, Cue the bench test music. Not sure, I haven't scored this music yet, so if anyone wants to score some music for a bench test, let me know. But we're gonna test this bench, see if it's a little bit more than the basic bench, if this bench actually matches up to his expectations. All right, let's try this out. I gotta take out my book backpack for this. All right, we're trying this bench. Oh, whoa. This is so comfortable. This is very comfortable. Yeah. I'm just gonna take a nap, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in 10 minutes. I hope you don't mind. This is a good bench. The sun is shining on my face, so it's good for tanning as well. This is a good sunbathing bench. I recommend it, ladies and gentlemen. You'll easily fall asleep on this bench and just wake up with a very great tan. Very nice even tan, or half tan, because it won't tan on this side. This bench gets a 8.9. 8.9. A great bench to sleep, to enjoy the day passing by, to waddle off to sleep. It's a great bench. .9. Professional score. Yes, this is a professional scoring system. No bird poo. No human poo. Great views. 8.9. Why not a 10 for the bench? Ooh, no, 10s. To get to 10, you have to have something exceptional. Exceptional. It has to be mind-blowingly comfortable and mind-blowingly beautiful views. The only 10 so far has been the Central Park bench, right by the pond. It's the only 10 so far on this show. Come in handy to keep your nose warm. Yes, indeed, it does. I just want to kind of be able to talk without a mask. This library is so cool. Absolutely love the look of it. It's a Queen's library. Todd says 10 is a rookie score. Todd, I'm glad you're referencing One Bite Pizza reviews. Eugene, is there books in this building? Yes. I think there's books in this building. It does belong to the library. I'm assuming there's books. A library without books would be quite a strange thing. A library without books. What a weird world would it be? Here is the gantries. The curtains look like books from afar. They do, yeah, those are gigantic curtains, yeah. When will you do the philosophical chat? Oh, philosophical chats, first Friday of every month. And what's the first Friday of January, ladies and gentlemen? These are gantries. So gantries were used to, the railroad would come all the way over here, cross the island of Long Island, which is actually a peninsula, and go onto these gantries. They would board these train cars on ferries, and these ferries would go across the water to the island of Manhattan, which could also be considered technically a peninsula. And there we go. So they're just basically like huge boarding points for the train cars going into ferries. This place looks so expensive. Oh, because it is. So this is the gantry. I assume they had cranes. I think so. I'm not entirely sure. Great question. Oh, I see a few books in the library here in the distance, right there. I see computers with a stack of books right next to it. A gantry is basically a bridge. Indeed, a bridge to a ferry. A ferry that leads to nowhere. Clarissa says, thanks for explaining. My pleasure, Clarissa. I explain it all. Like the show, Clarissa explains all. I also explain it all. Hey, Jahir from Sao Paulo. Hola. Taco recommendation right there across the block. Chinelos. Birra tacos. Very good tacos. Get the birria tacos, which I think are goat tacos, if I'm correct. They're very good. You won't regret them. B. Griffin says, Ariel explains it all. Yep, just like the show. Here we have more gantries. Will you be live later? Oh no, today is the only live of the day. It's way too cold to do a secondary live. Otherwise, I will be a popsicle by the end of it. Luciano, you love how I say hola. Trying to sound as Brazilian as possible. Hey, Jaime says, I gotta go, but thanks for the videos. Oh, I'm so glad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, about 5 more minutes. I'll walk to the other ferry stop so you know what ferry you can also take. This one you can take it to Manhattan. Birria, yeah, birria tacos. Yeah, you can find them here. Here's great empanadas, or as the Americans like to say, empanadas. Here's some great empanadas by Abuela. Abuela Empanadas. Very great place. You got get some great empanadas. They're very hearty, very big. Will you tour a story in another video? Yeah, I might. They also have some great fresh passion fruit juice. So great empanadas. Authentically made. Let me show you just a little bit right here. Hey, Ume, you're watching from Bangladesh. Abuela. Abuela means grandmother. Abuela. Abuela empanadas. Empanadas is a meat pastry. Stuff with meat, usually, or veggies, but usually meat. Meat, spinach, or cheese tends to be the main ingredients. Look at that. Merry Chrysler, everyone. Merry Chrysler. New Yorkers are pissed because they're trying to cut the red light here. And now I'm here walking. Here, Merry Chrysler, everyone. Hey, Sixta says, all I had to do was walk out of the front door to see what Ariel's showing. Yep, that car, ladies and gentlemen, that car was beeping at me because it did not stop at the stop sign, which is supposed to do so. So that's why you sometimes see me when I cross the street, I always look at the car that's incoming. Even though it's supposed to stop, I never trust the cars in stopping. Because sometimes they don't, which kind of sucks. That one didn't. That one was honking at me even though it was supposed to stop. Is that the UN? Yes, it is. That's the UN building. and one Vanderbilt's right behind the Chrysler. Queen says, I wish I could be as unbothered as you are when it comes to jerks. Queens. Queen, yeah, indeed. You know, if you walk around, if you do enough of these videos, it gets easier. Here's another food truck recommendation right as we reach the second ferry stop. That'll be our ending point. If you have any last remaining questions, feel free to ask. I'll come in a little bit more in the city. Let's you here. Skybridge, yeah. Phyllis says the first skybridge to be built in 70 years. Hey, Amanda says, beautiful, thank you. Send you a PayPal. Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. So here's another great taco truck. I absolutely love these guys as well. They're called Birria del Toro Rojo, or Birria del Toro Rojo. Birria del Toro Rojo, very, very great place. They sell some great al pastor tacos, also some great nachos, and some great carnitas steak tacos. Highly recommend Del Toro Rojo. Yeah, very good tacos. Absolutely love their tacos. El español mío es bien fluente. El español mío bien fluente. Hablo español completamente. Okay, everyone? Cómprate unos tacos de al pastor. Son buenos. All right, final stop. Anna says, stop that. Why, Anna? I just insulted the entirety of Latin America right here. Pero mi español muy bueno. Trust me, try a taco. You'll enjoy it. Get a polo taco. Ooh, so good, the polo taco. Susie says I sound like Mike Bloomberg. So, Susie, I'm glad you mentioned that. So Susie mentioned our previous mayor, Mike Bloomberg, and this is a music zone. So let me go around. I'll show you the other side of the ferry stop. Mike Bloomberg, our previous mayor before Bill de Blasio, is a businessman. He opened up Bloomberg, which is a stock market kind of tracking company and media company. And he speaks fluent Spanish, actually, but he has the strongest American accent. He doesn't even bother pronouncing anything properly in Spanish. Doesn't even try, I think. So the way he speaks Spanish es como así, es él habla español muy fluente en la ciudad como un alcalde. That's how he speaks Spanish. So I do his impersonation. That's how I do my Spanish. Because when people ask me, especially here in Queens, in New York, a lot of Americans ask me, "Hey, do you speak Spanish?" because after I tell them I'm Puerto Rican, they like, really, are you Puerto Rican? Do you speak Spanish? And I'm like, yeah, I speak Spanish. Soy muy fluente en español. Siempre sabía el español desde bien pequeñito. I do that to mess around with people because there's one thing here in New York City, unfortunately, especially among Puerto Ricans, and I will call you guys out. A lot of Puerto Ricans like to challenge Puerto Ricans who might not be stereotypically looking Puerto Rican to see if they're actually Puerto Rican, to see if they actually speak Spanish. Meanwhile, some of them actually don't know Spanish themselves. So that's why I do that accent from time to time. There we go. I explained my joke, ladies and gentlemen. So sorry if I offended the entirety of the Latin American population. It's all in good fun. I don't mean any offense by it. Sometimes accents could be funny, but I appreciate Mike Bloomberg for even trying to speak Spanish. It's awesome that he learned Spanish, despite his very humorous sounding accent. So here is the second ferry stop. Highly recommend going there. Don't get mistaken from another ethnicity. Many times I've get mistaken for Argentinian a whole lot. That's probably the number one I get most mistaken for, or Spaniard from Spain. Brazilian, I also get quite a lot because people do recognize that I'm Latin American, but I usually get Argentinian. And otherwise, if they really don't know too much about Latin America, they might think I'm Italian, or they might think some people think I'm British for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. That happens. So there we go. One more time, the views, everyone. My name is Celeste Benitez. I just bumped into this channel. I like it. Will subscribe. Oh, thank you so much, Celeste. Everyone, give Celeste a huge welcome. Ariel, habla el tuyo también. Drink San Pellegrino. Luciano, I don't know Spanish. That's okay. We're in Queens. We are ending here at Long Island City. This is known as Hunters Point Park South on the island of Long Island, which is not actually an island, it's a peninsula. And this is not Long Island City. This is not Long Island, even though it's called Long Island City. Long Island is different from Long Island City. Long Island City is a neighborhood, and it's not Long Island. All right, I hope you understand that, everyone. I hope that made perfect sense to you. One more time, the views of New York City. Fila says, AOS, ADOS, Ariel. Okay, ADOS, todo el mundo, gracias por mirando este video. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching this video. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. I will be back every Wednesday and Saturday at 1 p.m. And also there's a special philosophical chat on New Year's Day where you can chat anything beyond history, food, and travel. We literally talk about anything besides that for only once a month. So if you want to learn more about me or learn more about just general life topics, we can do that on that day. So I'll see you soon. And let me know if you guys want more videos about anything in particular. Always happy to read recommendations. I've covered New York City more than 1,000 videos. They're all on Facebook. So to be honest, like I kind of run out of ideas from time to time. So if you have any inspired ideas, do let me know. Someone, Canyon, messaged me with a great idea to reach out to an amazing bookstore. So I appreciate ideas like that, everyone. So thank you so much for watching on Exploring. Adios.